Recording.
And recording.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Just randomly bullshit, ask some questions here and there.
Sounds good.
Overall. First things first, you want to introduce yourself?
I am Paul LaBreche, lead singer of A Bitter Man.
Total Chaos. Testicular Badass.
Yep, testicular badass.
And a short run stint of Unacceptable.
Yep. And a very short run stint, even shorter, of U.S. Cannabis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, getting into things, what was the first band that really got you into music?
First band that ever got me into music. Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath? Any particular album, song?
Paranoid.
Paranoid? Okay.
Yeah. It was cool.
Just totally changed the frame?
Yeah, it was like the first album that my uncle ever bought me.
Okay. That's badass.
Yeah. Bought me that and Jefferson Airplane.
Can't go wrong with Jefferson Airplane. Except when their singer decided that she was going to come out on stage plastered and just go off on like a racial rant.
Bless her soul.
Yeah. There's tons of that. Tons of that music. I mean, what were some of the bands that really, like, got you into the idea that you wanted to do music? Really motivated you to?
Really motivated me to. Well, Led Zeppelin.
Always a good one.
Black Sabbath. Of course. Ozzy, God.
Yeah.
And as I grew into things, I always figured, harder, louder, better.
Amen. When Slayer came around and Metallica and all that.
It was all over. Yep.
Pantera. Keeping heavy metal alive.
That's right.
I was going to say, finally getting into the music scene. When did you get into the music scene?
Probably like the early 90s.
Early 90s?
Was when I joined my first band, Total Chaos.
Okay. Was that just like you knew that's where you wanted to go? Or was it just a surprise stop-off?
Well, it all happened when I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling him how I wanted to be a singer, and he looked at me and he said, "Yeah, I know a bunch of dirtbags you ought to join in a band with." So he introduced me to his brother-in-law, who was Dan at the time, and it was on from there.
That was the wrap.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what's some of the best live shows you've ever seen?
The best live shows I've ever seen. Ooh. Rammstein has to be up there.
Fantastic stage show.
Yep. That's the hottest show I've ever been to in my life. Van Halen.
That one had to have been incredible.
It was all incredible. I've seen them with all three singers.
Okay.
I could live without the Gary Sherrard era, but other than that, it was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, some of the craziest things you've seen at a show. Stage antics, crowd antics, just pure chaos.
Well, wildest things I ever seen was I was standing there in front of a show watching Marilyn Manson, and some guy was just wasted standing there next to us, and had his little girlfriend standing there, and she like just turned around and looked at her boyfriend and turned back around and fell face first. Bam! Hit the floor, and her boyfriend just kind of looked down at her and just kept rocking. Didn't bother picking her up or nothing.
Oh, what a winner.
Yeah, he was a real champ.
Oh, shit. What about at your shows?
At my shows?
Yeah, what's some of the craziest antics you've ever seen at one of your shows?
Oh, I've seen people jump off of balconies.
That's ballsy.
Yeah. Into the pit, and it was cool.
Right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what else? Anything else that's kind of fueled the fire along the way?
Not that I can really think of, One of them humble kind of guys, I guess. Don't really like signing autographs or anything like that. But I will tell you, one of the coolest things and funniest things that ever happened as far as signing autographs go was we did a show one time, and we were in a battle of the bands. This was when I was doing a Bitter Man thing, it was when we were doing a Bitter Man, and we'd just come off the stage, and some guy come up to me, and he was like, "Hey man, that was a really good show. Can you sign my CD?" And I was kind of lit, and I looked at him, and I took his CD from him, and I didn't have a pen or anything like that, so I opened up the CD, and I spit in it. And I slammed it shut, and I handed it back to him, and I'm like, "Here you go, dude. It's been signed."
That's legendary.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, man, that was so awesome." I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever, dude."
Oh, shit. I was going to say, you've had some strange run-ins with fans and your own product.
Yeah. It's been an exciting ride.
Yeah. Once upon a time, somebody stole all your A Bitter Man t-shirts.
Yeah. They stole 3 boxes of CDs. And then, funny thing about that one was, I ended up going to, like a year later, I went to a swap meet. And I'm walking around, and there's this guy, he's selling all these CDs at this swap meet. And I walked up, and I looked, and I went, "Oh, A Bitter Man. Hey, man, you want me to sign this?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Yeah, man, you want me to sign this CD and make it worth a little bit more money?" He goes, "I don't get it, man. What are you talking about?" And I go, "Well, I'm the singer for this band, dude. You want me to sign your CD here for you and make it a little more worth money or what?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "All right, whatever, dude. Have a nice day. I hope you make a couple bucks off it. Peace out."
Oh, shit. I was going to say, what's a couple of those songs that you'll always come back to?
As far as
play some sort of significance in your life, certain moment, always brings you back to this song.
Trench Coat.
Trench Coat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've always been one to think that, what is wrong with our world that we're living in, I mean, why is there so much violence in, like, schools and everything like that, I mean, and Trench Coat was kind of like, it came out during the whole Columbine thing, and You know, there was all these shootings in schools and violence in schools and, you know, the shootings in Little Rock, Arkansas and stuff like that. And I just never really quite grasped the whole why.
Right.
Why is it like that? Why are things so bad that people have to be like that? You know, I mean, I grew up, you know, if a guy got picked on, you took it out back, you settled the score, and you walked back in, and you were probably friends for the rest of your lives after that, you know, but somewhere along the line, people started packing guns, and I haven't never really quite grasped that.
Right. Which, that song still resonates very heavy, damn near 20 years later. Still dealing with the same issues, probably furthermore extremed over the years.
Yeah. Our manager at the time was trying to get us to, he was trying to get that producer, Michael Myers, the guy who did all the, like, Bowling for Columbine and stuff like that, tried to get him to pick up some of our music to play.
Okay.
You know, to go along with the movie on, you know, anti-violence and stuff like that, but never panned out.
Unfortunately, because the song very much so resonates.
I like to think so.
I could state so. I mean, growing up in the modern school area where you do have to worry about those things, where, you know, you go through school drills where people are banging on the doors, and, you know, you might possibly have a classmate who is thought or wanted to pursue.
Or planning.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, the fact that something that started off very, like, new, well, maybe not new, but, like, definitely spewed further in, like, a snowball theory.
Yeah.
I guess. Just got worse and worse as the years grew.
Yeah, it's an ugly world we're living in right now, man.
It really is. Really is.
Becoming more and more violent. I don't get it.
Me neither. Well, going back to the music. What's top 5 albums?
Top 5 albums?
For you.
Well, I like everything Obituary.
Right.
I like everything pretty much Death Angel. Everything Rush.
I was gonna say, those top 5 albums that really, like, resonate to you.
Slayer. What is it? Musica and Diablos.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most underrated Slayer albums ever. And it's got some of the most kick-ass freaking guitar riffs in it ever.
Fantastic.
And Suicidal Tendencies.
Suicidal Tendencies are the shit.
Yeah. Mike Muir's the man.
Ugh. I mean...
And all he wanted was a fucking Pepsi.
Yeah.
But then you see pictures of him, he's holding a can of Diet Coke. What's that all about?
Lies. Fucking lies. Can't trust anything.
Exactly.
No, I mean, man, how about, most influential, like, singers for you?
Most influential singers.
Since you yourself are a singer, you know, who really brought... Who really made you want to, you know, get up on stage and let it rip?
Max Cavalera.
Max Cavalera?
Yeah. And Ozzy, of course, you know. Lemmy.
Lemmy's the man.
You know.
Rob Halford.
Yep. All the gods.
King.
Yep. Love them.
Yep. To have such wide variety in there.
Right.
their voice arsenal. To hit the highest of the highs to the lowest of the lows.
Yeah.
I mean, incredible.
It is pretty incredible.
I mean, yeah.
So much talent.
Impeccable. I mean,
Impeccable
talent.
Exactly.
What about upcoming artists that you yourself would like to give a little shine and shout out to? Who's new to the scene that you want to give a little way to?
Oh, man.
There's a lot of killer bands coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. But Alex Terrible, that guy's got a voice that just rocks my world.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, Jesus. That's Satan.
Yeah, for real. That sounds like he's possessed.
He's awesome. You know.
Alien weaponry.
Yeah.
Kick ass.
Yeah, alien weaponry. Young guys, but super talented.
Bringing it to the scene.
Yes, sir. And, you know, mostly a lot of the oldies, you know, Phil Ensemble.
Still
Tom Araya, you know.
Always good. Always good.
That singer from, God, I can't think of his name, but from Sacred Reich. Don't fault me, anybody, for not remembering his name, but hey, what can I say?
It's a lot of singers, a lot of bands.
A lot of bands.
I mean,
so many.
There are. I was gonna say,
El Duce.
El Duce. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yes, I think Courtney Love had something to do with it.
Yes. I was gonna say, lost a lot of great musicians over the last couple of years.
It's heartbreaking.
It is.
You know, I always figured, like, Lemmy would live forever, you know. I thought maybe he had a little bit of that cockroach blood in him and everything like that. But no, I guess Keith Richards is the one that got all that.
Yeah, you know? Right?
He's going to outlive us all. In the end, it'll be the cockroaches and Keith Richards.
Yep. I mean, yeah. Coming away. Starting to see the end of an era for some of these bands.
Man.
I mean, Slayer putting it down. That was a killer.
That was sad.
That was.
At least I saw them on their second to last show.
Yeah.
You know? It was a good night. Fell flat on my face in the middle of a parking lot. It was awesome.
The way you're supposed to go out.
That's right. Thank you, Slayer.
I mean, yeah. The plus side is you still got some of these bands that have been put away for a couple years not touring, but now are starting to release new music and everything through the quarantine, which is, I would like to think, brought a little bit of like peace and solitude to this shithole that we've, you know, had to call this year.
Right. Well, you know, at least bands are out there now still trying to do it, you know. I mean, they can't play live shows, but you know, you got bands like Obituary that go out and they, you know, put on live shows over via internet, you know, for people to see and show that, hey, we still love you, you know.
Yeah,
we're doing this for you, man. You know, you're the ones that made us what we are, and thank you. And that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. So you don't always see that in a lot of these artists nowadays.
No.
There's the lack of respect for the fan base.
Yeah, it's all about money. A lot of times I think they forget about, you know, what made them who they are.
Yeah. And the fact that most of these guys that are now making these big bucks were those little fans looking up you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's something about, like, meeting your idol, you know, the person that made you want to do it, and just, like, them being a dickhead just kind of kills the whole, like, awesomeness about it, you know?
Exactly. And people don't realize just how cool some of these guys are, you know? Back in the day, I had, my first real big thing was I had backstage passes to Ozfest in the Tacoma Dome, and got to hang out, you know, with Biohazard and Sepultura.
That's fantastic.
You know, right across the hall down the hall was Danzig, and got to meet, you know, Prong, and, you know, Tommy Prong when he was playing with Danzig, and what a cool guy that guy was, you know. Got a great big giant hug from him as he came off the stage. You know, he could have been a dirtbag and, you know, who are you and whatever, but no, he comes up, gives everybody a great big giant hug, thanks everybody for, you know, being there and supporting him, and, you know.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and 2 hours later, you know, he comes walking back through. He's got a blonde on one arm and a brunette on another arm, and woohoo, bless his soul, you know.
Living the best life.
That's right, living the best life.
I mean, yeah. I mean, luckily I've only met a couple of the artists that I can truly say have, like, influenced me, but they've always been fucking super down to earth, the type of guys who, like, you know, meet you at the beginning of the show and kick it with you the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Like, they've always been that cool.
Yeah.
And just showed that much love back.
Sicky Wife Beater from the Mentors.
Hey.
What a super awesome dude. I remember one night we were playing a show, and we thought, you know, just to do something a little bit different, we're gonna change up our set list and not do our songs in the normal order that we had always done our shows. And old Sicky, he's standing backstage by the soundboard, and we come walking off the stage after the show, and he stops me and he looks at me and he says, "Hey Paul, did you guys write some new songs, or did you change up the set list on me?" And I just started laughing, you know. I was like, "No, Sicky, we changed up the set list." It was funny. Good peoples.
Very good people. Truly good-hearted individuals that, you know.
That's right.
Bless this world.
Have so, have go.
I was gonna say, who are some of the other people you've, band members and everything else, bands that you've met that were just like, fuck, these guys are the shit?
Oh, man. Like, I would have to say the fellas from The Accused. They are awesome.
Yeah.
Blaine and Alex and Tommy, and just super awesome people, you know?
Good-hearted individuals.
Yeah, all of them. Everybody I've ever met has been just spectacular.
Genuine.
As far as human. Yeah, genuine. Genuine people.
Yeah. Which, you know, I mean...
They're not the big douchebags that people, you know, might think of as a rock star, you know? They're...
very...
down to earth and awesome.
Normal people.
Yep.
I was gonna say, what's some of the what's some of the best shows you've done?
Some of the best shows I've ever got to do?
Yeah.
Let's see. I've got to open for Zeke.
That's fantastic.
I've got to open for Toe Tag, which is basically The Accused without Tommy. They're now called The Accused AD, doing their thing, but, you know, whatever. That's nor here or there, you know. That whole deal is none of my business. I'm just happy to be friends with all those guys.
Right.
Let's see. There's been a lot. There's been a lot. Too many to remember.
Right? I was gonna say, any just venues you remember, just vivid venues that you've played, good nor bad,
I've never got to play, any of the monster arenas or anything like that, but I've played, some pretty good sized shows, like, in Everett, Washington, at, like, say, what would have been Jimmy Z's and Tony V's, and, I've played, El Corazon in Seattle. That was a pretty cool one, although we only played in the small side, I never got to play on the big side. Damn you. Damn you all to hell. And, but some of the most memorable ones are like, these, festival things that were put together, like, over in Okanagan County, in this great big giant frickin' field where there was like cow shit everywhere, and
oh man,
that was an awesome start to that day too, by the way. We caught us a big old snake, and we got there the night before and everybody woke up early in the morning except for our guitar player, and Brian was sound asleep in the tent, and my bass player at the time, Dave, he grabbed a hold of this big old long garter snake that stunk to high heaven, and we threw it in the tent with Brian, and then we pulled all our vehicles up in front of the tent so he couldn't get out of it, and then everybody laid on their horns, and all you heard was, "Oh yeah, fuck you guys, man, fuck you." And then it was like, "Oh shit, there's a fucking snake in here." And then all of a sudden you hear, "And it fucking stinks."
Oh, shit.
That was a very classic moment.
Ugh.
Shit like that.
Things that'll last forever.
That's right. Good memories.
Good memories. Good moments. I was gonna say, what about hopes? Got any hopes for the music scene coming up out of this whole pandemic? I know a lot of these smaller venues are taking a lot of loss right now due to the fact that they can't be open.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they survive, is what I'm hoping.
Me too.
You got those bands like, the great big ones like, Slipknot, and, to that extent, the monster bands, they're gonna pull through. They're gonna be okay. It's gonna be really rough for, the little smaller bands like mine, who are just hungry and still trying to do it and make it and come up with our music. We can't even get a place to jam right now because everything is shut down. You're not allowed to go to a practice facility, and everything like that. Everybody's got to have like their own home facility that they can call. For us, it was going to the 41st Street Jam Sheds and cranking it up, with 24-hour access and doing what we do. But I'm just hoping everything survives.
Yeah.
Thank God music is a way of life, and people will keep writing music.
Always.
For example, me, as you well know, me myself, I'm playing around with stuff that I've never played around with before, but I got to write music somehow. Can't practice with my bass player because he had a COVID incident where he lives and works, and so just to be safe, it's better for us to not be there than it is for anybody to be there.
Amen.
You know, but hopefully when all this is over, you know, we'll still be able to get everything together and start cranking out some new tunes, you know. In the meantime, I can write words, I can come up with whatever I can come up with, and maybe, for example, get a little bit better on something that I don't know how to play, you know.
Yes. Practice.
Yes, practice. I'm practicing before I practice, as my buddy Eli says.
Yup. I was going to say, constantly having the drive to stride for the dreams.
Yeah, it's a dream. Never give up your dreams.
No.
Never give up your dreams, people.
I was going to say, once you grasp that idea that you're going to give up your dreams, you give up a piece of yourself.
I think you give up part of your soul.
Yeah, you become content with the complacent life.
You do.
And I mean,
you're happy with your 9-to-5 job. You got your little house with your white picket fence, your dog, your cat, you know, your woman, so be it. And, you know, but I don't think that truly brings you happiness in the end. I think being able to chase your dreams
gives you that, like, thrill for life.
Yeah. You know, it's like I would rather go to my grave knowing I had a dream and that I actually took a shot at it and chased it forever than saying, hey, I had a dream, I gave up on it, and I wish I had chased it. You know?
I was going to say, that's a rough
I would much rather chase it and, you know, go play that show to that kid on a swing set and give them that, you know, feeling. Because maybe that kid on the swing set is going to grow up and want to play music too. So, you know, at some point in time, you just got to keep passing it along.
Amen. I was going to say, going back to a show, at least a highlight show for me, was when the whole band set up in a park and literally played for a whole neighborhood. Plus, on, I think it was the 4th of July?
It was the 4th of July.
That was fantastic.
I almost got my face burnt off.
Yeah. And like catching your hair on fire.
That was the most awesome show ever. Talk about off the wall.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, extension cords, 40, 50, 60 feet down the street plugged into some person's house.
Yeah, we blew the power in that house too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I don't think Smoke got his power turned back on for like a week.
Yeah.
Trying to chase down how that thing blew.
Yeah. A lot of power.
That was funny too, because, you know, we were going to play that show, and we were going to play until the police showed up. Well, the police never showed up. The police finally did show up, but it was because somebody shot somebody across the field, not because we were playing music. How's that for rock and roll?
Yeah. Music lives on.
That's right.
Gunning people down gets you caught by the cops. PSA.
Amen.
Don't shoot people.
Let that be a lesson. Stop the violence.
Amen. I was going to say, some of the others, I mean, always being motivated to play music. Just always having that urge.
It's a drive.
Yeah, just like that expressiveness of no matter what, I am me, and I can be me, and I can say what I want to say, and, you know, if you like it, awesome. If you don't, you know, it's not your cup of tea.
Exactly. And as your dad, I've never stopped you guys from listening or playing any kind of music. I may not necessarily like what you're playing or listening to because it's not my cup of tea, you know? But whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as I know, metal always reigns supreme.
was gonna say, who's, God, let's see here. Who's that, like, one band you would just love to see again?
Pantera.
Pantera? Hands down. I would have loved to see Pantera the first time.
Yep, Pantera.
Fortunately, never got that chance.
Right? Thanks to some dirtbag.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
He got what he deserved.
Yeah, stupid asshole. You know? R.I.P. Dimebag, R.I.P. Vinny.
R.I.P. Dimebag, R.I.P. Vinny.
Luckily, I've got to see Vinny
with Hell Yeah.
3 times with Hell Yeah. Yeah. And they were fan-fucking-tastic every time. And he put on a fantastic, like, drum solo towards the end and then hucks his sticks into the crowd. Like normal.
Hell yeah. Little bit of black tooth grin, baby.
I was gonna say, big band for you was Kiss.
Kiss?
Kiss played a pivotal role.
Yes, they did. I grew up on Kiss. Kiss was like, when I was a kid, listening to Kiss, it's like you could have the shittiest day in the entire world, and all of a sudden a Kiss song would come on, and it just put a smile on your face, you know? It's like, yeah, everything's going to be better.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a little bit later on in life, I found out that, money and grown-up stuff got in the way of it, They couldn't just leave the nostalgia of it, you know.
The fun and the love.
Yeah, it had to turn to the greed, But whatever. That's their problem.
Right?
They're still kicking ass.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I was going to say Kiss was my first show.
Yeah. Ted Nugent.
Yeah, and Skid Row.
Yep. What a great show.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I remember standing there in the beer gardens waiting to get a beer, listening to Ted Nugent, just laughing my damn ass off. Some of the shit that guy says.
I think the only part I can recollect is the point where fucking Gene spit out the blood from his mouth, and then they got on the zip line and went over the crowd. Yeah. That's the only part I can,
And Paul landed maybe 10, 15 feet away from us.
Yep.
That was pretty freaking cool.
That's all I recollect from that.
It was awesome.
Oh. Yeah? I was going to say, I think the next show I can recall would have been Power Man 5000 at El Corazon.
Another good band.
Yep, fantastic band. They put on a great show.
Yep.
I remember my head and neck hurt so goddamn bad after it because I headbanged the whole way through.
Whiplash!
Damn straight. Thought my goddamn head was about to fall off.
Good stuff.
It was,
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's the constant fact that there's bringing up brand new rockers that are gonna forever have a different type of love and attachment to the music.
Exactly.
Compared to just like turning it on when you're in the car.
Yeah, and everybody sees it differently.
Absolutely.
I
mean,
I think the twists get thrown into it, as society grows and society turns into whatever animal it is at that point in time, is the way the music twists and turns and, becomes more aggressive or less aggressive, more lovey, more whatever,
Yeah. I mean,
to each their own.
Definitely. I mean, I myself am somebody who I can't go throughout a day without listening to music. I mean, I'm listening to music from like the moment I get up to the moment I go to sleep.
Awesome. That is awesome.
I knew just like music's how it got me through school. Just like anything that I didn't want to be doing, I could escape into my own world through music. No matter what form of music or what type of music, it could take me away from the smallest issue. Which, I mean, just furthered my love and drive for it. I mean, just to have that getaway. You know, take you away from whatever the fuck is going on in the world.
Yeah. Everybody needs something to clear their minds.
Amen. You know,
and there's nothing that heals the soul better than music.
Yeah.
Don't take music out of the schools.
No. They're already starting to try to take arts and shit. They need to...
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean...
Dumb.
Definitely. I mean, if you want these kids to grow up to actually, you know, feel something and be something and express themselves, which they don't anymore. They want these kids to just be the carbon copy of, you know, everything that's come before.
Yeah.
And there has to be, like, there's a line drawn between, like, people choosing to be like other people and you forcing kids to have to be like each other. And that's just going to be a failed process because people are individuals.
Exactly.
I mean, if you can't express yourself, there's just going to be a furthermore pushback.
Exactly. Everybody needs that place to release their aggression.
Yeah.
You know, if more people got into the mosh pit, there'd probably be less shootings in schools and violence and everything else.
Amen.
You know? And what's the rule of the pit?
You always pick the man up.
Pick the man up so he can do it again.
Damn straight. Now, I was going to say, I've been to a variety of different shows now. And, like, hands down, like, what I tell people all the time is like metal shows and punk shows, there's a different feeling to it. There's a different love.
It's a camaraderie.
Yeah, you're a family.
Yeah.
And like you feel that and you know that like everybody here is just like me.
Exactly.
You know, you don't feel like the odd one out. Like I've been to a few rap shows. Not all rap shows are like this. Because I've been to some really great underground rap shows where it's the same exact thing. It's the camaraderie, the family, we're all together. And then I've been to, like, these bigger rap shows where it's like, everybody is standing still, they don't want to move, and if you try to get past somebody, you might get fucking punched in the face. Like, I watched a kid, literally, he asked to get by this guy. He passed by me, and the guy he walked past, as soon as he turned his back to him, he was with his girl, too. His girl was walking in front. As soon as he turned his back, the dude he walked past, cold-cocked him, knocked him right the fuck out.
Sucker punched him. What a dirtbag.
Yeah. And it's like, you don't see that at those punk shows and shit. Like, people might get into, like, a little bit of a tussle, but, I mean, there's always going to be that build-up. But there's never that we're not here for the same thing feeling.
Right.
Which just like, I don't know, I always have to like let people know. It's like, because you think like there's that misconception that like metalheads and punks are just violent and filthy and fucking just like, in reality, they're some of the most good-hearted, genuinely nice,
hardworking,
give the shirt off their back to you. I mean, people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, man.
Yet there's people that say they are holier than thou, yet judge everybody by any little thing and just shit on people, you know? That's no way to live.
Nope.
I mean, whatever floats their boat, though. You know?
Exactly.
But, I mean, I think this is probably a good place to wrap us up.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Always welcome back. I was going to say thank you
look out for new music coming from a bitter man.
Also, go out and support the T.B.A. on Bandcamp. It's about 50 cents per track. Go get the album. It's fantastic. Alright, catch you guys later.
Peace out.